Hi, my name is Franklin Marmuse. I am an IB student at DBHS in year 12. I'm a senior, and this is for my CAS project. I will turn this video every time I practice piano and I make progress on the piece I'm learning for my creativity part. My point right now is to just play 3 pieces, 2 incomplete and 1 that I have completed. Now, the first piece that I will play is Humoresque. I will probably make mistake while doing this, but I will probably keep most of them in. Since this is just to show a log journal, I will post a different video, which will be just a piece by itself, where I will try and make, I won't try to post it without any mistakes in it. And this one will just be to show it around, not to show it perfected and better. And this is just to put in my recordings, and then I will play also 2 other pieces, which are Misty and Dreaming. So Dreaming is a 1-page piece, while Humoresque is 4 pages, 2 pages, which are both sided, and Misty is about the same, but for Dreaming I can play it around decently well, where I can do the half the page almost by heart, but the other half I cannot do it by memory, and I have to look at my paper, which makes my playing really slow and not very good. Even though if I look at the paper, I can probably make it entirely, but with many mistakes and relatively very slow. While Misty, I know about half the first page by heart, and I have not touched for the other half of the piece, since it is a little bit more complex, and I'm just focusing right now on just learning this one first by heart, and just this one continue to develop it by looking at the paper, and then maybe when I'm done with this one, I'll just attack this one, and then once I'm done with all of these, I will just start up new songs and new either songs or new classical pieces for piano. So this is just Humoresque from Anton Dvorak, which I'm just going to play right now. This will help to see around what I did. So this piece I started learning it during the summer, unfortunately not at the beginning of the first quarter, but I ended it around 3 weeks into the first quarter of school after it started back. So this is why I'm including this, and I'm also including other partial pieces. So this is for my creativity, as I said before, for CAS. So from now on, I will try and make logs like this. Unfortunately, now it's the 16th of October, so it's about the end of the quarter. I did not film any before because I felt like I did not have enough progress to actually record a lot. Even though I pretty much have a bit of this and the other one, and this piece is not really considered learned in the first quarter. But I hope this helps to show around how I work in generally, and this is to mostly serve as a proof and as a journal that I keep to look up how much progress I will make into the future and how I can relate to my previous progress and so on. So this is Humoresque from Anton Dvorak. Excuse me. So this is, for example, a mistake that I made. I will just try to take it from the nearest place. As I said, I haven't mastered this piece yet, so it's not very complete. And from this, I'll try to take my a little bit criticism about what I have done a little bit later on. So whenever I do this, I will probably not cut it out to show that I still have a lot of problems with this piece because I haven't mastered it fully yet. Haven't had the time to master it too much. So I'll just leave it there. So there you go, that was Humoresque from Anton Dvorak. So from this piece, as you can see, I had to retry a little bit towards the end because for me in the piece, the most complicated parts is the parts where you have to go and make big chords with your right hand. So this part more especially, and obviously this part is a little bit harder. So when I start putting the two hands together and I start only playing chords on my left hand and my right hand starts to play that kind of medieval, more and very intimidating part of the piece. So there you go, that's, for me, that's one of the most harder part. And then this part is ended very clearly when I start making the big chords on the right hand. That sounds way louder. So this is the part. So this is clearly the part that ends it. Now, obviously, I really did not play very well, but I will post up a new version of this. Well, I will try to improve everything. Now, I don't really have any problem other than that. Sometimes, because I was a little bit under stress, obviously, because this is going to be posted on the internet and people will be able to see it. So, but generally, when I'm not as stressed, I can do much better. But this part I often get wrong because the fingering is a little bit harder, especially that you got to extend your hands, so you're more prone to make more mistakes in it. So that's for this one. Now, for the other pieces, like for example for Dreaming, now I can try and I can almost make by heart half the page. So because for this piece there's only one page. So for this piece, I will start to play it. It's a really famous piece, and I'll just, go along. I'll probably make a lot of mistakes too for this one, but that's how far I've gone about it. I can technically play all of it, but I won't because the ending is a little bit messy, and I really have to read it on my paper, so it's going to be very slow, and I'll just keep it up. I'll just keep practicing, and I'll make new logs about this on how far advanced later on as the year goes by, and I make new logs for the second quarter. And I'll master this. I'll try and master this for the end of the second quarter along with Misty and make a lot of progress on Misty. Honestly, this is a mess for now. I really need to retry. But I'll leave this in because it kind of shows how far I progressed. I haven't really progressed too far on this one. I just was concentrating more on the beginning of Misty, even though towards like after the half part it really becomes a little bit harder, and I want to leave that later. And then I started then I started developing this. So this one is relatively fresh. I started around maybe 3 weeks back, around the same time I started Misty, but I concentrated most of my time on Misty. And whenever I play around for an hour, and I play about 2 to 3 times every week, depending on the week. On average, I would say throughout the whole quarter, I'll be playing like 2 to 3 times a week. So sometimes it takes more time for some piece, depending. And then that's about halfway done, but yeah, that's about how far I can get for now. I could play probably later, but I'll probably put this at another date. And for now, I'll attack more Misty. So for this, I just have to review it for now, because what is happening is the lack of memory. I don't know everything by heart, and I need to practice it way more. That's what I would aim for the future, just to get it better. Now for Misty, so I just know about half of it for the first page, that is, and I'll just try and play it pretty decent, because that's the one I mostly practiced. The other one was, as you saw, a little bit very messy, very messy, and I had to look at the paper, even though I kind of know about halfway through the page, and which is the entire piece, almost. So this is Misty. I'll just start again because I messed up on this one. And so that is about half the page. I went a little bit right here on the half of the page. So yes, that's about how far. That was a little bit messy at some points, but I would think it would be pretty decent in terms of that. And I would say that this is pretty much what I've learned this month. And I know it may not seem like much, but it is. And I've also just repracticed. Also, I constantly repractice just pieces that I know that I've already submitted. And maybe in the future I will also, instead of only doing classical pieces, because those are more classical pieces, I will try, except for Misty, which is way more recent, I will try also to play more jazzy songs, because I'm really interested in jazz. And for example, I really like this song from Billy Joel, New York State of Mind, which he also shared with another artist, which I learned during the beginning of the year and throughout the summer, which I haven't played yet. But since I haven't really done it in terms of like, I haven't really learned it during the first quarter, I won't put it as anything that has to do with CAS. I will try to master it, and I will train on it now to make it even better, and really to try and have it good and memorize it by heart, because it's multiple pages. It's not only 4, it's a little bit more than that. So I'll try to learn it completely by heart and do it as a project for CAS for this year as a creativity, and then I'll post it another time. And this is pretty much it for this vlog for today. So I kind of talk about what I did during this first quarter, what I tried to learn, what I tried to do, and what I wanted to improve on. And for Humorosuke, I will post a better version a little bit later during probably the second quarter, because I still have to completely master it. I don't have a level of mastery that is sufficient to play in under that amount of stress, because I get easily stressed. So I also need to work a little bit on that. So that's pretty much it. And thank you for watching, and have a good day.